Another day, another dollar. How are you doing, everyone? Listening in to the One Man Podcast. Today we are back with episode number 4. And looks like today we are faking it until we make it. Okay, let's get started with this week's podcast. Now, the reasons why I say this week because it depends on the release dates and stuff like that. So today is when we get the podcast going up. And today's topic is faking it until you make it. So many people have told you this. You've heard people talking about it. And, you know, it's an encouragement to people and all that. And also it has its own problems when you overdo it. And, you know, so that's what we're talking about today. So without wasting any time, let's just take a short break and then I'll be back and I'll give you the pros and cons of faking it until you make it. Holla. Welcome back. So on many occasions people have encouraged others if you seem to be not really having things going on for you, and they say just fake it until you make it. Now in our day-to-day life, there are people that have mastered the arts and it has worked for them, and you can call them fake masters or whatever, but I mean they are moving forward. You know, this is a mindset, and it's a strategy where someone acts as if they have the confidence, the skills, the qualities they aspire to achieve. But tell you, it's not an easy thing to do. It involves a lot of hard work. But most of the people that do it, they have like a line they want to cross. And that's why they overdo it. Okay, so without wasting any time, faking it until you make it most of the time builds confidence. You act confident even when you're unsure. What can help you feel more self-assured and inspired? It's one aspect that you just build into yourself. Okay. And then the other one that it's gonna encourage you to grow. You step into the roles and situations outside your comfort zone and pushes you to learn and develop new skills. If you're faking to become, I'm not talking about fake, doctors and stuff like that, like serious stuff. But there can be something like you want to act out as a rich man and you really want to be seen as that person. Which means you have to put in, to double the efforts and stuff like that. And besides doubling the efforts, you have to act the part. And in that process, somehow, you grow. You get to learn. You get to become better at what you're doing because you're looking at society or community in the way they look at you. Number 3, faking it until you make it improves your first impressions. Projecting positivity and competence can create better initial perception in a personal and professional interactions. So when I come to you, when I say, hi, my name is Jonan and I'm the bank manager of X, Y, and Z. I have to put up the act, the words that I'll speak to you, the things that I'll be telling you. It should really rhyme with the status that I'm talking about. Then the other one is when you keep on faking by pretending to have the courage and ability to tackle challenges, you can overcome fear and you develop perseverance. So literally, it promotes resilience. Like You keeping on with all these things and you don't have the clothes to show off, and then you'd say, I'm gonna do it. But in the end, you can survive. You become that resilient person. And there are so many things that are involved in this. So it's not like just in clothing, or so many people, they will fake an accent just to pretend like they're, maybe it's an American or British person calling you and something like that, and they want to get this deal. But at the end of the day, they're gonna get, resilient in all this. They know how to handle. Number 5 is that it inspires action. Acting as if you already belong in a space or role can motivate you to work harder to truly achieve it. So people have done this before, and they have gotten to those limits. Matter of fact, starting next week, I'm going to be doing side pieces, like side stories, besides the podcast where I'm telling you this is the episode number this. But these are just going to be stories that I will tell you. And I think the first one is going to be faking it until make it. The people that have done it and have really achieved big things. I'm not saying you have to fake papers. No, that's a different faking. But this one is for the good. You want to fit in society. You want to be that person that everyone looks at and admires. And then somehow you find yourself in that bubble, like you have truly made it. And maybe we have to look at also these other factors, because there are times when you have really wanted to be that person. You want to be in a certain class of people, but you can't, because you don't have maybe the capital, the income to be in that. You cannot really be in that space, but that is your achievement, so you want to work harder. If you ask me, I would say everyone out there should try to want to be somewhere. It can be a social class. It can be, a certain level of growth. You just have to keep on working hard. You grind until you reach that level. It's very, very, very important in life. And that's why I decided, how about I share these with you today. So, just in case you've forgotten what I started with, I said, while you are doing this, just to be in that space, your confidence levels are gonna go high. Yeah? And then your growth definitely will come into play, because it's gonna push you to learn and develop new skills. If you are a manager or something, and then you've like proved to your bosses you want to do it, that means you have to develop these new skills so that they see like you're fit for the job. And then number 3, it improves your first impressions, because you are working hard, and then you have to get these skills, and then anybody that comes in your I can call it sphere, they're gonna look at you as a person that has the potential to do it. And then the resilience of it, that's number 4, because you're keeping on doing this whole thing. You overcome the fear of stepping out, because sometimes we are here and we don't want to go to the next level because we are not sure. But if you start like trying so hard, then definitely you develop the perseverance of it. And at number 5, it will inspire action in you, because with the motivation to work harder, you have to put yourself in that at that speed, and then you'll be able to do things. However, as we're looking at these pros of trying to fake it and make it, there are also the cons. Those were the pros, and now we have the cons. And with the cons, you risk inauthenticity. Overdoing it may make you seem dishonest or pretentious, potentially damaging the trust or relationships. Because if you told someone you're a big deal and then they find out that you're not, that's a problem. So when you're starting, you better think about it like, okay, I'm doing this, but then how about if they find out? But sometimes you're working hard and you're finding out and you're researching about things definitely will help you. Okay? Then the other thing is that you're gonna get exhausted. Constantly pretending can be mentally and emotionally draining, especially if you don't see progress. So many people have tried to fake being, corporate class and all renting and, expensive places and trying to drive very expensive cars. You reach a point and you're like, what the hell? Like your status isn't matching with your bank account. So it can be exhausting. And then the other con is the short-term strategy. Like, if not paired with actual effort to learn and grow, it can lead to stagnation or failure when skills are truly tested. There you have it. So, if you are doing this, I think you better have a plan that things are going to work out. Okay? And then you can develop an imposter syndrome. And by imposter syndrome, you're like, this is a prolonged faking it and without real progress can exhibit feelings of inadequacy and fraudulence. And that's why people are like, this guy is fake. Oh, she's fake. So you might suffer from the imposter syndrome, like you're not it. And sometimes someone will tell you, just give it time. You get there. Work harder. And some of us are like, how about I start now? Let me just fake like I am that until I make it. Okay? And then maybe the last con I can talk about is the possible negative outcomes. If others discover you are pretending, this can harm your credibility, reputation, all that, whatever. Your credibility with people. And then that word that is giving me a hard time, reputation in professional and professional setting. So you better watch out. If you want to do it, well, give it a go. But just focus on why you want to fake it. So, I guess that's it for this week. I couldn't share much more, but yeah. If you think it works for you, then now you know. And you can do things that really develop your personal life and just become that CEO that you want to become. Start your own company and ride high. But just know, you have to be very smart. Because if you do it for a long time and the outcomes are not worth it, then it's not going to work out. Anyways, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And I hope to see you in the next one. But like I said, starting next week, well, we're going to have side pieces where we're just going to look at real stories of people and what they have done and how they have done it and how far they have gone with it. So make sure you look out for that. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed. I want to also thank people that have shared. And just make sure you always keep in the space, and then we become one large family. It has been a pleasure. My name is Jonan. This is the One Man Podcast. See you in the next one.